So these are all of my lip products. I think this is everything. I pulled everything out of like my purse and my vanity and stuff. Hopefully this is everything. I'm gonna split this up into categories and go through each separately, and then at the very end, since this is day 7 of Declutter Week, I will take all the makeup that I decluttered in my other categories as well and show you everything all at once. So I'm going to quickly put these into different categories and then we'll start decluttering from there. Right, so these are all of my lip balms, and they're kind of like products that are moisturizing but don't have any real color payoff to them. And I'm gonna start by pulling out the ones that are almost done and I'm about to finish, so I'm gonna hold on to them and then use them up. First product I'm gonna talk about is this Milani Keep It Smooth Luxe Lip Treatment. I don't have a lot left. I have raved about this before. I think it's a really nice lip balm. Very luxurious, smells amazing. If you're wondering if I like the NYX one or the Milani one better, I prefer the NYX, but I still think they're both great. I don't have a ton left, so I'm going to just use it up. Another one I have that's almost done, it's one of these lip balms. Here we go, this one. This one is probably like halfway done, so of course I'm gonna keep it. And obviously I'm gonna keep the other one too. I bought this as a backup because this is what I keep in my backpack. I like this lip balm a lot. It's one of my favorite ones. It's only $5 on the NYX website, so I'm definitely holding on to both of these. And same with these two Coparis here. I have, oh, I didn't realize, but I have the Lip Glossy and then I have the Lip Love. The Glossy is almost empty. I don't know if you can see, but it's like almost empty. So I'm gonna obviously use this up. And then I have the Lip Love here. Is this the same thing as the Glossy? It says the same thing on the back. It says directions. Pucker up and glide it on. The more you apply, the glossier it gets. So I think the Glossy and the Lip Love are the same thing. So I have this one that I got in a little set a while ago. And so once this one is done, I'll use this one in its place. I think for ones that are almost finished, I think that's all. I have these two EOS lip balms here. I got these, they were like a little gift whenever I went to a baby shower a while ago with my mom, and they made these into little pacifiers. It was actually really cute, and my mom gave me hers. And I don't really like EOS lip balms. I remember using them a couple years ago and they were kind of drying. I'll just declutter them. Another thing I'm gonna declutter is this Bite Beauty Agave Lip Balm. It's like a little sampler, but it has 2 different types of lip balms in there. I have bad reactions to the agave lip balm, so I'm going to declutter this and probably give it to my mom. I have a Pogo chapstick here. I don't remember what the name of the flavor is. And I remember raving about these in a Best and Worst Cruelty-Free lip balm video, and I still think these are really nice. I think they smell really nice too. They have a bunch of different types of flavors. You can get these on the Ulta website, I'm pretty sure. And I think also when you purchase these, a portion of their proceeds goes to some type of charity. I think education for children, if I'm not mistaken. I do think these are nice. So this one is expired. I'm going to declutter it. Wait, I didn't separate. Okay. These are the keeps, and these are the declutters, and these are the ones we're going to talk about. So I have this Lucas Paw Paw ointment, and this is a lip balm. I got it off Amazon a long time ago. I think Aubrey Plaza talked about this at one point, and I think that's what made me buy it. I think this is very comparable to Vaseline. If you used to love putting Vaseline on your lips and you're trying to find an alternative, this one is very close to Vaseline. It has like the same texture and the same feeling on your lips. I use this a lot also on my elbows before I put self-tanner on. It helps keep my elbows from getting too dark compared to the rest of my body. I do like this, so I'm going to hold on to it. I have this First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Lip Therapy Balm, and I was very curious to try this. I bought this in a little 2-pack with their face moisturizer as well. And I do like this a lot, but it has a minty scent to it and a little bit of a minty taste. And to be honest with you, I'm not crazy about that. So I think while it's still relatively new, I'm going to give it to my mom. And this is the Ulta Beauty Juice Infused Lip Oil in Cranberry and Pomegranate. And this was a birthday present, I think, for 2018. And I actually really like this a lot. I'm not like a gloss person. You'll see in my collection, I only own 1 gloss. And this, if you can count it as a gloss, because it is kind of like a glossy lip oil. It's not greasy the way you would think a lip oil would be. And I actually don't mind this at all, and I think I'm going to use it up and see how many uses it takes to use up. It's a nice kind of moisturizing product to wear throughout the day at work. I don't mind using it. I don't know if I would ever buy it again, but I do enjoy it enough to keep. This is what I'm keeping and this is what I'm decluttering. The next category is lip liners, and I only have 9 of them. I feel like I got rid of quite a few in my last lip declutter that I did about a year ago. And I have mostly pinks and nudes, and then I have some bright colors. If you can tell, I do have a favorite formula. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 9 of my lip liners are the NYX Slide On Glide On lip pencils. I think these are a really great formula. They're very affordable. They have a ton of really cool colors. This first one here is in the shade Bed Rose. It's a really pretty pink color. I really do like this a lot. I'm definitely gonna keep it. The next one to it is this shade Sugar Glass. I wear this a lot with nude lipsticks or on its own. I think it's really pretty, definitely keeping it. This one here is Peekaboo Neutral by NYX. It's not their Slide On Glide On formula, it's just their regular lip liner. And I think it's nice. Obviously the formula is not as nice as the Slide On Glide On formula, but I do like it. It is very similar to the other lip liner that I have right next to it. It might just be a tiny bit more dark than the one next to it. But if you can see, both of those pencils are very short. I sharpen them a lot, I use them a lot, so normally I wouldn't keep both, but they are products that I use regularly and I can see myself using up both of them, so I'm not going to declutter them just for decluttering's sake. I'm going to keep both. And that other lip liner is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in the shade Pillow Talk. Heading over to the more colorful category, this purple lip liner right here is from Urban Decay. It's in the shade Bittersweet. It's a really pretty color. You guys know I love purple lipsticks, and this is great to pair with my other purple liquid lipsticks or just on its own. Definitely keeping. Very similar to the NYX one, but obviously it's more expensive. It's like double the price. So if you are looking for something similar to the Urban Decay formula, I think the NYX ones are a really great alternative. This next one is a hot pink by NYX. It's in the shade Disco Rage. This is a dupe for a Kat Von D liquid lipstick that I talk about in my most recent dupes video, and I think it's a really pretty color. Now I have 3 reds, and I have them swatched side by side so we can kind of look at the difference. And I guess technically, since I don't wear reds all the time, I don't need to keep all 3. They all have different undertones. This one is more of like a coral orangey red. This is more of a blue-based warm red. And this one is more of like a brick brown-based red. And so I am gonna keep all 3 of them. I don't use them all the time. They're not everyday makeup items for me, but they definitely come in handy when I am going for a red lip. I like to have very crisp lip lines, and this really helps me do that. So I'm gonna hold on to all of these. Little surprise, I'm not decluttering any of them. Alright, the next category is lip products that are moisturizing but have some pigment to them. So that's mostly like my lipsticks and lip glosses and tinted lip balms and stuff like that. I also threw in my lip primer here just because it doesn't really go in any other category. This first product here is the Ulta Lip Primer. It's a dupe of the MAC Lip Primer. It has the same scent, it does the same thing. I owned both at one time and I consider them to be exact dupes. I finished up the MAC one, I can finish up this one as well, so I'm gonna hold on to it. This will be the keep pile. The next 2 I want to talk about are my Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. This first one here is in the shade Pillow Talk. It's a really pretty nude. It's this shade right here, the second one on my arm. And it's a little bit more of a mauve. It's a little bit darker than I thought it would be. And it is part of the Matte Revolution formula, so it's not as creamy as the regular KISSING formula, like the one in Bitch Perfect, which is the other one that I have. This one is more of like a peachy lipstick. I do prefer the Bitch Perfect one. I think I prefer the shade and the formula a little bit better. So if I were to purchase any more Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks in the future, I would definitely purchase from the KISSING formula over the Matte Revolution. But I love both of them, so I'm definitely keeping both. This next product is from ColourPop. It's the Lippy Sticks in the shade Lumiere. It's part of their matte formula. And it's this color right here. I did like this at first when I bought it, but it is a lot darker than I thought it would be, I guess, once again. And I don't really wear creamy, dark lip products. I usually like to have something that will dry down and won't transfer if it's darker, and so I don't have a ton of dark lipsticks for that reason. And for that reason, I don't ever wear this because it's a little too creamy. It is part of the matte formula, but it still transfers, and I worry that it'll just get all over my face if I'm not careful because I am kind of sloppy like that, and so I'm going to declutter this one. The next product is a lip gloss. It's from Anastasia Beverly Hills and it's in the shade Amber. This is actually a gift from one of my best friends, Katie. Thank you so much. She just gave it to me yesterday and I've worn it all day today and some of last night. It's a really pretty like orangey lip gloss, and honestly that is one of the most pigmented lip glosses I've ever seen. It's a really nice formula. It doesn't have any taste or scent to it, which I love, and even though I'm not much of a lip gloss person because I feel like it gets gloopy, this formula is nice in that once you have it on for a couple hours, it doesn't dry down, but it kind of loses its gloss and it turns more into like a matte lipstick, and it's pigmented enough to be a lipstick. So I do like this, especially for this time of year. It's just a really pretty orange color, so I'm definitely going to be holding on to this. I have a bunch of tinted lip products. The first one is the IT Cosmetics Lip Vitality Flush in the shade Je ne sais quoi. It's this one right here. It's a really pretty purpley pink. Once I use this one up or get a little bit closer to finishing it, I do want to try the other shades in this line. I think it's really pretty. I love the formula. It's a very thick and luxurious velvety type of balm. It is $20, so it's a little bit steep in price for lip balm, but I still really love it. The next two I'm gonna talk about together because they're very comparable. They are the next two that are right here. This first one is the Lipstick Queen Frog Prince lipstick. It's one of those green lip products that turns into more of like a purpley pink color on your lips, and the dupe for it, or the product that's trying to mimic it, is from Essence. It's the Kiss the Frog lipstick. Once again, a green lip product. It comes off a little bit more plummy purple, while the Lipstick Queen one is more of like a pink. So I think I'm gonna get rid of this one, and I think I'm just gonna hold on to the Lipstick Queen one and potentially use it up and see how many uses it takes to finish. The next one is this one here by Catrice. It's the Volumizing Lip Balm. I love this. It does have a little bit of like a minty smell to it, which I'm not normally crazy about, but it doesn't dry my lips out, so it's really nice. And it adds a little bit of like a milky, I don't know if you can see that, but it adds a little bit of like a milky pink color to the lips. So it pairs really nicely with other tinted lip balms, and it's just a nice product. I do really like it a lot, so I'm gonna hold on to this one. And this one right here, if you can see how dark that is, that one is from e.l.f. It's the Gotta Glow lip tint, and it is a light pink lip product that turns really, really hot pink on your lips. And that hot pink, I just don't think is the most flattering for me. It's not something that I love. If I'm gonna go for a pink lip with that type of pink, I'm just gonna go for a hot pink liquid lipstick. Like, I'm gonna go all the way. So I think I'm gonna declutter this. I did really enjoy pairing these two for a long time. I would put the hot pink e.l.f. product on first, wipe it off, and then put the volumizing lip balm on top. It created a really nice kind of like popsicle lip look, and I still think that's really nice, but I would rather pair it with some of the other tinted lip balms that I have instead of this e.l.f. one, so I'm gonna declutter that. So for this round, I am keeping 7 and I am decluttering 3. So I'm going to take my lip products and try to categorize them into color groups. The first category is going to be my oranges and browns. I have 2 Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. The first one is in the shade Campfire, and the second one is in the shade Old Flame. Campfire is more of like a reddy, almost corally type of orange, and then Old Flame is more of like a pumpkin orange, a little bit lighter. And I think this is so pretty. I only just bought these a couple months ago, and I bought them for the fall. I think they're really pretty, and I think they'll be really nice in the summer too. So definitely gonna hold on to both of these. Americano by Ofra, I just wore in a video, I think in my holiday sets that are tempting me video. I just wore it and I fell back in love with it again. I think it's beautiful. So I'm gonna hold on to all 3 of these. Next up is Pinky Nudes, and these, now that I have them all swatched out, look so similar. Why do I have all of these at once? So the first one here is Slay by Bare Minerals. The second one is Perla by Stila. The third one is Creme Brulee by Jordana. The fourth one is Crush by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this bottom one right here is Stone by Dose of Colors. Stone is the darkest out of all of them, and it's really pretty. Just bought it. Definitely gonna hold on to this one. These shades are so similar. This is Slay by Bare Minerals, and this is Perla by Stila. I think when they dry down, Perla is just a little bit darker. I'm definitely keeping Perla. I love this formula. I love the shade. Definitely holding on to this one. I don't need 2 like this, and honestly, I'm not as crazy about the Bare Minerals formula as I am the Stila one. It's a pretty color, but it's very, very sweet smelling. It's almost too much, it's almost too strong. And I wore this in a video a couple weeks ago, and while I was filming, I could notice throughout the video that I was starting to get more and more of like a white ring on the inside of my lips, and I don't really love that, so I am going to declutter this one. These two are so similar. Once again, this is the Jordana one, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. I just can't bring myself to get rid of both of them. They're pretty colors that I wear all the time. Can I use up both? Probably not, but I'm still gonna hold on to both of them. So for my pinky nudes, I'm going to keep 4 and declutter 1. I have a couple miscellaneous colors here. I have some reds, a hot pink, and a dark plum. This is Chianti by Stila. This is Fiery by Stila. This is Merlot by Dose of Colors. And this is Oh My Dolly by Wet n Wild. Definitely keeping Oh My Dolly, this hot pink here. It's gorgeous, I just bought it. Same with Merlot, I only recently purchased it. It is a bright red, but it does have like a hot pink undertone, and it does leave a little bit of a stain on the lips. I really like this product, so I'm definitely gonna hold on to it. These two, however, number one, I love Fiery. I think it's a gorgeous red, but this is a dried up little mini. I've had this for a long, long time, and so it is time to get rid of it. And same with Chianti, it's a beautiful shade, really nice formula, but I just never reach for this. I don't see myself ever wanting to wear this, so I'm going to declutter this one as well. So for this category, I am actually keeping 2 and decluttering 2. So I have 3 like plummy purples here, and then I also have some more fun purples. I'm gonna split those in 2 because I have some swatched on my arm and some on my hand. I'm gonna start with these 3. The first one here is Soft Lilac by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I think this is a beautiful color. I do really like this formula a lot. I'm definitely keeping this one. This middle one is Madison, once again by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I love this purple so much. I think it's so pretty. Definitely keeping. And this last one breaks my heart. It is the shade Lume by Stila. I don't know if they even offer this anymore, but it's such a gorgeous pinky plum color, and I wore it a lot, and it just is very dried out. So I don't know if you can see, it's very patchy on my hand and it's very dry feeling, so I have to declutter this one. It's just not wearable anymore. Lastly, I have a ColourPop liquid lipstick in the shade Fluke. I don't even know if this was one of their Ultra Satin or Ultra Matte or whatever, because all the writing on the container has come off. And I do like this color in theory, but it's not something I would ever wear on my lips and be happy with it. And it is a little bit more of a drying formula, so I don't love it. So I'm going to declutter this one. The next one up, it's a little bit more wearable of a color, but once again, it's just not something that I reach for. This is from the My Little Pony ColourPop collection. It's in the shade Lemon Drop. It is the Ultra Matte Lip, and it is drying. I don't love it. The color, I think, is just a little bit too cool toned for me to like the way it looks on my lips, so I'm going to declutter this one as well. This one here is Viola by Stila. It's a very vibrant, it reminds me a lot of Como from Stila. They're not exactly the same, and I definitely plan on buying Como soon because I used up a little mini of it like this and I loved it, and I will definitely be buying it again. I love Viola. It's still good. It's still creamy. Probably won't survive my next declutter that I do sometime next year just because it'll probably be dried up by then, but I do love this color. I wear this a lot to concerts, so I'm going to hold on to this one. And this last one here is a liquid lipstick from Colored Rain. It's in the shade Cotton Candy, and Cotton Candy starts with a K. Both of those words start with a K. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to see on the screen, but this is a metallic liquid lip. Maybe if I do it on my hand. But it's a very creamy formula, and it is purple, and then it has a little bit of like a gold, a very light peachy gold sheen to it, and it's gorgeous. Definitely gonna hold on to this. I think it's really pretty. So for this declutter, I'm going to keep 2 and declutter 2. So I'm not sure if I'm able to fit this all in one screen, but this row along the bottom is what I'm decluttering, and this up here is what I'm keeping. Also, I forgot to mention, this is my Bite Beauty custom lipstick. It's a really pretty nude color, and I made this myself when I went to Toronto for IMATS back in September, and I do really love this color. However, I think the mango fragrance in it is something that I'm allergic to. I have horrible reactions whenever I wear this. My mom tried it on, she didn't have any trouble with it, so I'm gonna give it to her. So this is actually another thing I'm decluttering. So if I'm counting correctly, I am keeping 36 and getting rid of 15 things. So I'm getting rid of roughly a third, just under a third of my collection. These are all things that I'm not going to use or love as much, and these are all products that I really enjoy. So I'm happy with how this declutter turned out. In a couple seconds, I will have everything I'm decluttering all laid out for you to look at, so hold on one second. All right, so this isn't the most beautiful setup here, but this is all the makeup that I am decluttering. If you can see over here, I have my palettes and my single shadows. I have some concealers and eyeliners and mascaras. And then I have my face products here, my foundations and powders that I'm getting rid of, my 3 bronzers that I'm decluttering right here, all of my lip products are right there, and then my highlighters are down here, and lastly my blushes that I'm decluttering are right there. So this is everything. I feel good. I feel like I'm really only bringing the best of the best into the new year, so I'm pretty excited about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my declutter week, but in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!